John Calamari and Quaker Oats run the same kind of team. I mean, not really, but kinda. They're both in the top 20 in T rank. They both prioritize offense over defense, and they're both high-tempo teams. They're both in the top 20 according to KenPom, and they both have a top 10 strength of schedule this year. Neither team turns the ball over much, and they're both pretty middle of the pack at offensive rebounding. They both have good 2-point shot percentage. Alabama's offense runs through Phylon and Holloway, who are both averaging over 39% from three. For Arkansas, Darius Acuff is by far their leading scorer and three-point shooter for this team, and they're quick but they're efficient. Both Alabama and Arkansas are in the top 30 in points per shot. They're also both top 12 in points per possession, so very efficient, very good scoring offenses. We're going to look at 3 games, both times when they played Florida and then when they played each other, and we're going to start with Arkansas. They got out-rebounded by a ton, and they give up 56 points in the paint. And right off the get-go, you can see Arkansas loves to push the tempo here, getting an easy layup in transition. It's not even really a slip. They know Florida switching takes the easy layup. But with playing fast means you have to get back fast. They don't on this play, and it leads to a wide-open shot for Florida. More tempo and more getting outrun by Florida. But there's a good side to tempo too, as you can see here with a nice alley-oop. But again, if you don't hustle back quickly and just call out for someone else to take your man, it doesn't work so well. A large part of this game was Florida's tempo and Arkansas just not getting back in time. Same thing, we have a great horns into a running layup, which looks really good, and then Florida's just going to turn it around and score a quick bucket. Even though they had more fast break points, like I said, the rebounds just killed them and the points in the paint too. When Alabama played them, they also scored 77 points. They shot better from 3, but still got out-rebounded and gave up 72 points in the paint. Good God. And it starts pretty much exactly the way Nate Oates wants it. They hit a good 3, and they give up a mid-range 2, which they love giving up that kind of shot. But again, just like Arkansas, when you don't get back quick enough, the big man's ball watching points out his defender to no one, which is his responsibility, and gets dunked on. And if you look at the stats here, we're still in the first half. They have 18 points in the paint. 5 of those are dunks. Another backdoor by Florida for an easy dunk. And homeboy just decides to go to no man's land, not staying with his man, but not fully committing to the double. Oh, look at that. He gets open for a shot. What I also learned from this is that Florida's really good. And now that UConn just lost to Marquette, I could see them taking a 1 seed and being a sneaky good one. But sometimes the speed works well. Here's a wide open 3 for Bama, and they knock it down. But of course, you already knew where this was going. More transition buckets for Florida. Right there you can see that stat, 0 fast break points to 20. It's not good. I think Alabama struggles with size and some physicality in the paint, like this shot right here from Florida, especially against teams like Purdue that put up 30 in the paint against them but can also shoot the 3. This is again a good look, but again, no one's hustling back, so they get another dunk. Now the styles are pretty similar, but are they the same team? Not exactly. They still have some differences. Alabama shoots more 3s than any team in the nation with an over 50% rate. Meanwhile, Arkansas does not abide by this, and they sit around 300th in 3-point rate in the nation. Alabama also does not force turnovers at all. They're bottom 5 in the nation in this stat. And while Arkansas isn't great at it, they're by no means as bad as Alabama. Now they did play each other, and they went to overtime in a very sloppy, very high-scoring game that Alabama won earlier this year. And right from the get-go, you can see Alabama giving up the shot that they want to a deep mid-range 2. For as fast as these teams play, there was only 21 fast break points the entire game between both teams. And there was only 1 shot clock violation, and only 5 possessions went under 5 seconds. And this was one of Alabama's 2, a gross shot that went in for them. Both teams would do this thing where they would jump in the air and then panic and either chuck up a bad shot or a bad pass like this. And even on the Arkansas side, you can see he thinks about taking this too, but then goes around and shoots the ugliest shot I've seen in a long time. But that's okay because the Alabama guard is going to rebound the ball out of bounds. So that was cool. Here's an example of Alabama doing the jump panic pass. Yeah, not a good pass. And then with the game online, the big man's going to point at the wrong guy to defend, leaves the corner wide open for Alabama. And if you can believe it, he made the shot. This possession is all kinds of sloppy, and it's some bad shots and block shots and rebounds into bad shots. But ultimately, Arkansas has a chance here in double OT. They give the ball to their leading scorer who has a chance but just puts a little too much under it, and the dunk misses, and Alabama runs away with the win. Now, these teams are fun to watch, don't get me wrong, but do I trust either of them? No, not when it comes to March Madness. They could both make the Elite Eight, or they could both lose in the first round. I'm not super sure. Let me know what you think. Let me know where you are at with this March Madness bracket coming up. We'll talk to you soon.